Boom! Rise and shine this light of life into your world. It's your morning motivation time, aka the morning mushroom time, if you know what I'm saying. Rise and shine. Let's shine over that grind. This is when we're talking about these broken brains of ours, man. I'm in my morning walk. It's a beautiful day out today. There's no wind. There's no nasty. It's just nice and calm. This actually feels like fall because it's still kind of cold out, so I had to get the hoodie out. You already know, Saints Addiction right here. The See No Evil Jesus. My boy here holding a bong, smoking a joint. And he got his eyes covered up because, well, Jesus doesn't see anything wrong with smoking a little bit of weed. And he for sure ain't seen nothing wrong, or any of the deities wrong, with little mushy mush. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying. Anyway, point being is, when I rise and shine this morning, I was always in a battle for my mental health. And what I posted on the meme this morning was that if it costs you your mental health, it's too expensive. And there's so much out there that's costing our mental health. My spiritual mentor asked me the other day, yesterday, 2 days ago, said, what's your devotion? And my message is that mental health matters. And without a doubt in my mind, all I ever talk about is just mental health. Now, I could probably do better about talking about relationships because my relationships aren't good. I have to have a good relationship with myself, which I've been working on a long time, and especially with these mushrooms, helping me feel like my real self, the one that's ambitious and a goal-getter and not afraid and takes chances and pushes himself to do things he didn't think he could do. When I was waking up this morning, it's not Mel Gibson. That's the dude's actor. Her name is not Mel Brooks. That's another actor. Mel something. Brown? Shit, Lester Brown. Anyway, out of all the motivational speakers, there's only like one female. She wears glasses and her name's what it is. And this morning she was just talking about, oh, look how fucking cool this is. Oh, shit. Where did this come from? Some maracas. Wow, that's some fucking cool ass little tree pod thing. Here, I'll put it in my pocket. Looking like a huevos. Looking like the balls. Anyway, that's what we're gonna have to have in life. A little bit of balls, man. Because that's part of the narcissism. That's part of the wokeness. People want to wake themselves up. You won't be woke. You have to be awakened. And to awaken yourself means you got to challenge yourself. Cool, those two old people are walking again. They always walk on the grass together. They're so cute. Anyway, that's part of it. To be aware of who we are and how we respond, so crucial. And to know our brain, like to map it and know it and understand our brains and how they function. The guy's like, you want to study financial literacy to be, your weakness, make it a study. You're not good with your finances. Now you're studying financial literacy. You're not good with your relationships. Now you're studying women and cognitive therapy. There's so much that our brains are doing, and there's so much out here when we talk about, energy, right? There's so much out here with the stimulus to get our brains distracted. They got us full on, man. They got us on our food. They got us on our TVs, our entertainment. They got us on our sex. It's like it's constantly bombarded. You're like, hey, I want attention, so let me show my ass. I show my ass so I can get some attention. I take the attention of these men. These men now have my attention. They now give me some of their money because then I want some sort of retribution for showing my privates. And now I've shown my privates and now I'm showing them to my old students. And I was reading that this morning, like ex-teacher, fitness model, doing her OnlyFans, trying to pay her bills, and now in the DMs, you get all these young kids like, wow, you used to teach me. And she's like, oh, blockity, block. I know they're taking screenshots and sharing it with their mates. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what you risk when you join porn. We call it OnlyFans. We call it fans. Like it's just a fan. And it's really porn. And it grabs your attention. It catches you in a deeper part of your brain. Same like loneliness, when we start scrolling and looking for these things. This is why I call them broken brains, because all our brains are broken. We're broken by the fast food that we eat, the porn that we watch, and the loneliness that comes with it. And when you're always getting something, again, Saints addiction, when you're getting something synthetic instead of organic, it's going to have a side effect. It's going to treat you differently in your brain. And that's where the war is. You know, I mean, the competition is not between you and other people and your jealousy. It's between an envy. It's between you and your ears, dog. Like on real. It's between our ears that we got to be competitive. It's that thing, that 5-second gap between I had the thought to talk to the chick and then all the obligata thoughts that talk me out of it. That little 5-second gap is where our decisions are getting made. And being able to win over your feelings, winning over feeling, that is the hugest thing fucking out there, bro. That is the biggest, whoa, bro, eye-opener, hello, I need to know out there is that, man, it's starting to get a little hot with this hoodie on. It's kind of cold out, but it's hot. And that's one of the biggest whoa moments out there that I had. Oh yeah, stretch out the back. It was just like, oh my God, man, it's the way that I talk to myself. That's what the lady was saying is so understanding. Yeah. See no evil, Jesus, baby. The understanding in our brains, when we start talking to ourselves, right? When we start telling ourselves, oh, that feels so good without the hoodie on. When we start telling ourselves the negative things that aren't working, that's a broken brain, bro. That's what mental health looks like. For the longest time, I used to just describe it as a black cloud. If I can describe depression, it's this gray cloud that only follows me. The gray cloud likes to just follow your boy Saint. And is there a thing here? Can I do this? Can I do this? Yeah, let me try this. Woo! Almost lost the phone trying to do it too. Oh, it doesn't fit. Never mind. Whoops. I'm fucking this all up. Hold up. Zoom out. Zoom. There we go. I wonder if it zoomed out all the way. Anyway, your boy Saint's in it to win it. You know, I'm here making the most out of my life. You know, I want other people to also do the same, staying here in the shade and the sun, to be able to communicate with our brains. It's so crucial to have control over those feelings and know that they're just feelings. And also, those too shall pass, and that these things start dictating our lives. Like, ooh, I don't want to go work out. You know you need to work out. You know you need to be healthy. You know you need to live longer. But you say, I don't feel like it. And as soon as you start saying, I don't feel like it, it becomes a habit, bro. We start habitually not feeling like doing anything. And that's a big detriment to our lives, because now all we have is our lives. All we have is the time in which we live our lives. And if we don't fucking put some action jacks in behind it, we just sit and wait. We just sit and hold. I'm gonna keep it pushing because I want to talk, but I want to go over here and get a flat surface so I can eat these mushrooms. But my point is that I'm telling myself all sorts of things, you know, and it was so bad, the mental chatter. And she was talking about MDMA and all those things, you know, for us to talk to ourselves and say all that negative shit. I'm not successful. I should have more money. I'm not sexy enough. You know, they interviewed the women, and most of them call themselves stupid, fat, and undesirable. And you wonder what kind of message that you're sending yourself. The message, the trick, the broken brains are sending us misinformation. We always talk about fake news. That's fucking fake news, bro. You want to talk about the fakest news around? It's the way we talk to ourselves. Are you serious right now? You are talking to yourself like you wouldn't talk to a stranger. We are treating our loved ones better than we would treat a homeless person. And the worst part is we're the only one listening. That's the broken part of it. We're the only ones listening. We tell our brains all sorts of stupid shit like you don't deserve him and he probably gets a hotter chick, or I don't know how women think, but dudes, you know, she's probably bitchy, or I don't have the balls. I mean, that's really being honest about it, but you know, I'm scared, or she's probably busy, she's on her phone. We do all sorts of things to give us excuses not to cross that 5-second gap. that 5-second gap that's going to be on our lap as soon as we ask for it. And you don't know because it's certainly a no because you haven't asked yet, but because you didn't have the balls to ask, it for sure stays a no. And that's something that really dawned on me. It's like for people, I wonder if I should get on this gym right off the bat. I don't know, you guys are in here with me. But for other people, yeah, I want to stretch out my back. I try to wait for everybody to leave the kids zone. You know, I'm not a kid no more. But I do need this jungle gym to stretch out these backs and muscles, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, my point was that we got to get to the point in our brain where we stop telling ourselves crazy shit. I mean, that's just straight up with it. We got to get into a point in our brain where we can start talking to ourselves for reals and see that we're not exactly talking nice to each other. You know what I'm saying? We're not exactly being even cordial to the way that we could be. We treat strangers better than we're treating ourselves, and that's atrocious to me. Oh. Yeah, baby. Oh. Yeah, baby. Woo. Talking to these muscles, talking to these elbows. Yeah, I don't want to start sweating. It's fucking like still hot but cold out. I don't know what to call this. This is fall weather. But without falling behind in my thoughts and in my thought patterns was being able to control this. She's talking about MDMA, which is ecstasy, which is a whole nother form of talking, and the way that our brains are communicating and sending us this amount of information. You know, in the digital age, we're choosing information, right? And then we're talking to our crazy. We got thirst traps everywhere, girls hanging it all out, losing their dignity, losing their honor, losing their value because they're doing too much. They haven't built any value. They gave away their value. It's almost like an investment. Here you are where your stock is at your highest price and now it's gone. We're talking about Kanye West this morning, lost all his Adidas contracts and all these contracts. He's not a billionaire no more, right? And everyone's, oh no, dude, he lost all this money, blah, 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 like half of his wealth. That's exactly what we're doing. We're giving away half of our wealth to our anger. We get bitter bitch face and we want to say a couple different things. As soon as you're done saying those things, your ass is grass. Like we used to say back in the day, your ass is grass, bro. Because now, like he told me, work on your communication, because as soon as you open your mouth, the words don't go back in. It's verbal vomit. You don't swallow the vomit, you spit it out. And now that everybody's covered in it like Gallagher, just spraying everybody, smashing watermelons of juice all over everybody, they remember it. Lift your shoulders off. They don't want nothing to do with you no more. Yeah. And that's what I didn't want to do anymore. I didn't want to talk to myself crazy anymore. I didn't want to just keep convincing myself that I was a horrible human being, and because I had missed some opportunities and didn't treat people good, that I was always treating everybody bad. That's not true. And that was the fear. That was the lie. That's what we do to ourselves. We start to lie to ourselves. We start to tell ourselves things that we don't actually believe in. We don't believe that we're actually that bad. We don't believe that we're actually horrible people. But what do we start telling ourselves? Oh man, you didn't do your workout yesterday, so you must be an asshole. Or oh man, you're not rich enough, so you're not worthy enough. There's so much negativity in there, in that obligata, that it's almost necessary to have some mushrooms, you know, some mushies. Gotta have it just so I can put that part of my brain at bay and stop it from overreacting and over talking and sending me these negative ass messages. We talked about blocking earlier this week. Talk about mental blocks. Not the mental blocks that we think like writer's block, but like the mental blocks that we need to put up from telling ourselves crazy shit. We'll start going in our head, and we're all inside of our head going, this is crazy shit, this is crazy shit, this is crazy shit. And then we start believing our crazy shit. We start owning the message that we're telling ourselves. And instead of importing a new message or reinforcing a new mantra, we keep sending that shit. And that's what's so cool about her MDMA moment. She started to cry a little bit, but that's what ended up happening with her. Is she was like, I saw little feet, and then I looked up at the blue sky, and then I saw my mom, and she was so young. And I never seen them that way before. I never saw my parents as kids before. They were always old by the time I got old. But they were just children trying to figure it out. And I was just a baby that was made by children. And to give them that kind of reprieve, she started to cry because she gets to see her mom in a whole new light. It happened to me. When I was 19 years old, I finally got to see my dad like a dad. Not like a dad, but like a man. And I was like, wow, this motherfucker got up at 3 a.m. every morning and working in this hot ass heat and doing this hard ass job so we could eat. Oh no, a whole new found of respect. I went from hatred to respect pretty quick. It's the only moment I really have with my father with that kind of respect and reverence, but it was just like, okay, you know, he was up above. I'll never forget. He was way out and he was like Ramses, bro. He was like, what's that laborer standing around? And it was over the walkie-talkie, right? Yeah, energy. And that walkie-talkie, of course I could hear my father's voice because I know my dad's voice. And he's on, what's that laborer doing standing around? And I was just like, holy shit. I'm standing around like 15, 20 other people. And of course my dad's picking me out. And I look up above and there he was, Ramses, above the whole construction site. He's the superintendent. He runs the whole show. And he's telling everybody what to do and what's going on. And he's fucking picking me out like, where's my son? What's he doing? And let me ride him a little bit harder. My dad's rode my dick my whole life, bro. Rode me hard and put me away wet. And it's the reason why we don't have a relationship now, but it's also the reason why I have such a strong work ethic. Who else do you know that's going live every morning and putting in a half hour of their time of content and just talking about mental health and how this brain of mine started working against me since childhood, and I would be overly emotional, and I'm telling my truth right now, but I felt hurt. I loved with an intensity, and when I didn't get love back, I got hurt with an intensity. And when I'm hurt, I hurt other people. I get scared. I get frightened, so I start swinging. I don't want to be hurt. I want to battle these demons. I want to battle whatever fucking, what is his name? Not Oompa Loompa, Mark. What's his name? Oogie Boogie. That's under the boogeyman. That's underneath the fucking, the bed. There's a boogeyman underneath each one of our beds anymore because we're adults. It's in our brains, really back here in our oblongata. And that's what would just happen. It's just like, what the fuck, bro? Why is my brain not working for me? Why is it telling me crazy things? Why am all of a sudden, after one mistake of my life, I wanted to end my life? Why did I not see the other beauty? And that's what it's denied. You know, our brain, when we're not thinking right, it denies us of all the blessings that we have. And not to be super saintly, but there is blessings out there, dude. And we just don't, we're shit. Last night, hanging out with my spiritual mentor, we did 2 days in a row, which is such a blessing, but it's about to be 3 days in a row because he's picking up a photo on blanket. But, you know, the guy started singing and he kind of came around and I was like, what's up, bro? You want to ask a question? He's like, man, I'm not asking for no money. I'm just hungry. Yeah, bro, we got you. He's like, I got 2 pizzas, my spiritual mentor. I got you. And he's like, I'm going to earn it. He's like, let me play you a song. I said, this man's a musician too. Go ahead, play your song. I'll post it earlier today because he made a really cool song. It's a 3-minute video, but that's us. That's us forgetting that you don't live under a fucking bridge like this, man, on Flamingo and Valley View. You don't live in the tunnels where there are other people that are dangerous to you. You probably woke up this morning in a comfortable bed with some kind of heat or air conditioning, something conditioning the air for the temperature not to be so harsh on you. And you probably got full sleep. I don't know if you've ever been homeless, but one of the things that really fucks with you as a human, a homeless human, roofless is what we used to call it. That's roofless, baby. You roofless without a roof over your head. It changes you. You turn animal. And you don't get to be as normal as other motherfuckers. So it was easy for us to sit there at Whole Foods eating our $40 meal and being able to afford it. And I got mushrooms in my pocket and I'm wearing my own clothing. I'm showered. Hello. Showered, clean, ready to talk to somebody, had full sleep, had a place to sleep. That was my blessing. I didn't count it. My buddy said, be humble. When he posted it this morning, but he's so true. When they did that, bro, when you're in prison and they give you those thick plastic fucking trays and there's just some fucking canned vegetables and there's some funky ass cornbread and there's some kind of mystery meat in there and it's completely unappetizing, they throw them 2 cheap cookies and you call that a meal? Bro, I'm telling you now, nothing's made me feel more human or less human than being in prison. Nothing. Look at the sun on my face and the tears out of my eyes. Nothing is worse than taking your freedoms away from you. We hold these truths to be self-evident. We fucking slap our freedoms around right in the face, and none of us counting our blessings. We're not doing the math right. We're counting everything that's missing in the pile, and we forgot that we're even breathing. You forgot that you got to choose your food this morning. You forgot that you were free and you opened the door and got to take a bathroom break without people watching. You have no idea. I tell people all the time, you have no idea what prison's like, man. Prison's a motherfucker, bro. Because then it's like, I really do need to concentrate. Let me see if this will work. Oh, shit, it does work. Shit. I really do need to concentrate. Oh, I need another thing. Hold up. Let me go up one. Up one. Come on. Ooh, that'll work. Perfect. Right here. And to concentrate, let me get the tears out of my eyes. Damn, bro. Like, just seeing that this morning, I've been there where I had no options. I didn't get to choose when I woke up. They wake you up at 6 a.m., make you fold your clothes in a certain way, put it up on the shelf in a certain way, and kneel down so you can be accounted for. South Korean prison was a motherfucker. American prisons are a motherfucker. We are a motherfucker to our own brains, bro. And that was why I had to have this conversation, these broken brains of ours. I saw this guy, his brain was broken. He's been homeless for 4 years, and he's kind of chose a long-term homelessness, but he chose it. He was broken in his mind. He talked honestly about being self-destructive. And I'm like, ditto, bro. I'm wearing my Saints Addiction hoodie. Like, yeah, man, my whole time I was self-sabotaging myself and telling myself all sorts of things. He told me before the COVID, man, he was living in the Bellagio making a couple $1,000s a day. And it was like, that's a long time ago. The Bellagio ain't inviting you back, bro. You didn't invest that money while you had it. Like you said, self-destructive. And he also said, you know, it's one of those things where you could be talented and he's performing for us, but unless you believe in yourself, a little narcissism and a little less destruction and a little bit more positive in between these brains of ours, these ears of ours, and start telling ourselves the real thing, bro, that's when we're gonna fucking have a real conversation. That's when I wanted to really have a decent conversation with myself instead of this, you're a piece of shit, Saint. You're abusive to your ex. I didn't fight her alone. She was telling me abusive shit too, talking about I had wrinkles for my old ass and I had STDs, which is not true. And I'm just like, why would you say that kind of shit to me? Why would you fuck with me like that? Is that not love? And guess what? I haven't heard from her. So I guess she really didn't love me. And that's something that we don't do. We don't really love ourselves. And then we let other people into our lives that really don't love us. And I was like, you know, I was doing a really good spot. I got friends that love me, my spiritual mentor, people that would cry if I died. And now I'm suicidal because of a bad relationship. I got into a relationship with somebody that was already breaking up a relationship, who was also needing her own mental health and wasn't as healthy as I thought she should be. It's really hard to just date. You think it's enough just to be finding somebody that you want to fuck. It's not that. It's more than that, because now you got to make sure that she's not psychotic, has mental stability, more than financial stability. It comes all together, and that's what I keep talking to people. Is this whole combination of thoughts. It's more than just what you eat, the diet of the mind. It's also the way your mind talks to you, or the way you talk to yourself. And that's something that's really cognitive, and that's the reason why we have these mushrooms this morning, is so I could talk to myself properly, okay? I'm trying to talk to myself properly. I don't know if you can see these. Talk to myself properly, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk proper, and look at all these gills, and look at all these stems, and the blue. This is what I do. I hate the taste, man, but I know when I'm not talking to myself proper. I know when it's time to get back on my magic mushrooms. I haven't done it in over a week, I think, since last Saturday. So it's already been a week plus. I just kind of just hate the taste. I needed to grab ye old apple, and let's just grab some of them and get my brain to start making me feel human again. Where it's just like, yeah, I don't walk on water either. I don't have all the solutions. I'm the mistake master. You know, I need to start having these kind of conversations with myself and say, you know what, self? What do you think? You think this one this morning? What do you think? How about this little guy? Oh, he's so cute. We're going to eat this little guy. Oh, he's so cute. So anyway, That's my point. Let me get a little bit more mushroom on here, dude. Let me get a little bit of these guys. Look how beautiful the brown caps are. So I'm gonna swallow this morning. This is gonna be my morning. And then for the next 2 days, we're gonna split this in between and ratchet it up. I think that's about like a gram. I don't really measure it. I'm 220 pounds. I've been practicing these medicines for a long time. So, you know, I guess since my buddy, what's his name, was so scared, Corey's like, you tell me, you're going to have to learn for yourself. You could eat this whole thing and have the best day of your life. Cry, smile, tears of joy, tears of sadness, the whole bit, and you'd still make it. I don't serve things that'll kill you. Just the amount of trip you want to have. You are going to have to medicate yourself. You are the only one that knows how you feel. And if you feel or you aren't cognating properly, it's time to get the brain working. And that's all this is. I haven't had no breakfast. I haven't had no bullshit. I just want my brain to work better. And after listening to what was happening, I can feel when it's like, okay, Mark, you're not making enough money. Man, I don't need to date nobody with money. Like, or I don't have to have money to date someone. You know, I don't need anything to be in love. And that's what we start doing in our heads. Like, no one's going to love me, so I have money. First mental roadblock, negative self-talk. Fuck that shit, bro. You don't need that. You need your real. You need your confidence. You need to be able to be of help and of service to people. Most of us are still stuck on us. What am I missing? What's not working for me? Give me, instead of, I have already. I don't need more. Excuse me, sir, I don't need any money. Like the guy was over there, they were confused. Like, I'm on a journey through religion, and I don't need any money on this journey. I'm fully fine the way that I am. I really appreciate you wanting to gift me something, but that would alter the purpose of my journey. This is the gift right here. This is my gift to myself, so I can start talking to myself properly, so I can have a conversation with myself and start saying the right things to myself, the nice things to myself, the sure you fucked up. I kind of went over it this morning. Sure you fucked up, but it's not the end. And me breathing now shows me that it's not the end. And as much as I wanted to control my life and my destiny and my family, that's not in my control. I have to kind of knock off the illusion of control. And that's something that we all tend to do, is we just keep this kind of figment in our imagination. I wanted to have more control of my imagination and less of figments and issues and things that don't make sense. So, you know, this is what I'm doing to make my brain make sense to me and not be so broken. I want you to have the same. Let's get this going. Where's my apple? Right here. I got 2 minutes to down this. First of all, my apple has something on it, so let's get that out of the way. There we go. Tiny crisp, bro. Swallow it. Swallow it. I'm chewing my mental health. Well, that's what I'm gonna take. A quick apple, a couple of nasty tastes, but at least I'm getting my mental health back. And it's not for a trip, it's for clarity. So for all those that need it, I want everybody to have the mental stability. I'm not a drug dealer. These should be descheduled, just like marijuana. Eventually it will be. It's already in Portland and other places. But I want you to have the same Signal, Telegram. Let me know. Undercover bro. I'm out, yo. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever, yo. And I will see you on the other side. As soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know what you do for mental health.